I'm delighted to join you all today for the launch of our Education Services campaign to get ready for COP26. Glasgow was chosen by the UK to host because of our experiences and the commitment of the city to sustainability. Climate change is the most important challenge we all need to tackle, and that's why we want all our young people to become involved, to help drive the work by encouraging pupil voice and get all those children and young people taking part in conversations. And of course, it's not just our children and young people, it's those all around the world. And we would like every nursery, primary and secondary to join us. Please use the hashtag #OurDearGreenPlace to share what you are doing in your classrooms and playrooms to work together to make a difference. Follow our social media accounts, become involved and let us know how we can work with you. Schools have been sent a whole load of media assets to use to get us trending, and we need to work together to make change happen. Our education services, as you know, is rooted in developing learning experiences which are relevant to our children and young people's lives. This opportunity allows us to extend the work we are doing to support all our children and young people as caring, responsible and active global citizens, giving those rich experiences to develop skills. We will be focusing on 3 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as we get ready, and they are climate action, peace, justice and strong institutions, and reduced inequalities. So what will you and your pupils' commitment to change be? Make your actions count by sharing and getting involved in discussions. And my challenge to you today is get ready for COP26. Share your commitment. One action by many will make the change. Remember, hashtag #OurDearGreenPlace, and together our voices will be heard and we will make a difference.
Over the next few minutes, we want to make sure that everyone's comfortable with a few key terms, some of which should be becoming a much bigger part of our day-to-day life. First of all, let's start by actually asking, what is COP26?
COP26 is the United Nations meeting on climate change, and it's the biggest international summit the UK's ever hosted, taking place between the 1st and 12th of November 2021. It will bring together over 30,000 delegates, including heads of state, climate experts and campaigners, to agree coordinated action to tackle climate change. The United Nations, founded in 1945, is an international organisation currently made of 193 member states or countries. It's the one place on earth where all the world's nations can come together to discuss common problems and find shared solutions that benefit all humans. An example of that is the Paris Agreement, which is an international agreement that was adopted at COP21 in Paris in 2015. The agreement has several goals, but the best known one is to limit the rise in temperature to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. In 2015, as part of that agreement, countries made certain pledges towards the goal, and these pledges need to be updated every 5 years. The initial pledges made in Paris are not enough to get us to the goal of limiting rising temperatures, so greater ambition is now needed when they make new pledges at COP26. So what actually is climate change? Climate change is a long-term change in the average weather patterns that define Earth's local, regional and global climate. Now that's different from the weather changing day to day, as one of Scotland's best known weather presenters can explain.
My name is Judith Ralston and I am a weather presenter here at BBC Scotland in Glasgow, our dear green place. And I've been a weather presenter for many years. And I'm going to try and tell you a wee bit about how weather and climate are different. Weather looks at the day-to-day changes. I monitor the day-to-day changes in our weather, and hour by hour I look at it and minute by minute. That's almost like our mood. Each day our mood can be different. Even hour by hour our mood changes minute by minute if we get upset. Climate, on the other hand, is long-term, our long-term health, our long-term personality. We can do things to change our personality, our health, slowly but surely, and we can certainly do things to change our climate. If we look back 30 to 50 years at records, the average temperature then was lower than it is now. So we are seeing the earth warming up. By making changes though, we can come together and we can make a difference. One Glasgow, one Scotland, one world.
Scientists say temperatures are now rising faster than at any other time due to the impact of human activity on the planet, and we must begin to live in a more sustainable way. But what is sustainability? The word sustainable is an adjective which means able to continue without interruption. Sustainability means enduring into the long-term future and is as relevant in Scotland as it is in Australia, Brazil or any other country on our planet. It isn't a new term nor idea. The German word for sustainability, Nachhaltigkeit, first appeared in a book about forestry in 1713, which was written by a mining administrator in a region of Germany where their mining industry depended upon timber, who realised that cutting down all the trees would eventually cause their local economy to collapse. The book described how through sustainable management of this renewable resource, forests could supply the region with timber indefinitely. We live in a high-energy society based on non-renewable fossil fuels, which are associated with many pollution problems contributing to climate change and are not sustainable. This means that we're increasingly looking towards renewable sources of energy.
I'm really pleased to be speaking to you today. My name is Claire Mack and I work for Scottish Renewables and I represent the Scottish renewable energy industry. So what is renewable energy? Renewable energy is energy that is generated from clean sources such as wind, wave or solar power. And here in Scotland, we are currently generating over 97% of our electricity that we use from renewable sources. Now, renewable sources are really important as part of the whole climate change story because they don't give us any carbon emissions. Previously, when we've burnt fossil fuels like oil or gas, we give out carbon dioxide, which heats up the atmosphere and is one of the key contributors to climate change, which is why we need to stop doing this. It's why we need to convert our energy system to fully renewable sources. One of the other great things about this is just the abundance of natural resources that we have here in Scotland, because we have about 25% of Europe's wind power, we have about 25% of Europe's tidal power, and about 10% of Europe's wave power, which means we've got lots and lots of ways which we can use to generate clean electricity here in Scotland.